Guys, I recently picked up a bundle on eBay, surprisingly. I don't really like to buy stuff on eBay that often, but this was an auction, and I think I ended up getting a pretty awesome deal. So we're going to go ahead and dive on in and see what we got. Oh yeah, guys, we got a bunch of wrestling figures, and these are all part of the retro series that they've done with WWE. So back in the day, you guys know they have the Hasbros. This is like their version of bringing back Hasbros and kind of doing that with like newer wrestlers and stuff like that. But we're going to go over this. Guys, we spent, I think after shipping and after fees, it was like $58 and some change. There's 13 figures in total, and I actually ended up selling one off for 10 bucks. So as of right now, we have like $48 into all this stuff. It ends up being like about $4 a figure. Actually, I think it's a little bit more. I think it ended up being like $4.50 or 60 cents a figure. But we're going to go over these guys right here. One of the main figures I wanted from this entire lot was Jeff Hardy. So pretty awesome. I've always liked him a little bit more from the brothers. No offense to Matt Hardy. He's great too, but he's definitely the one that I've always like kind of had my eye out for. So, oops. His little feature is the leg. It kind of kicks. So pretty cool there. You kind of click it back, and yeah, he's going to look great on the shelf. Stoked to be adding him to the collection. And right here, I think we have, is that Mr. T? It might be Mr. T. Now, guys, this is not a figure I was necessarily going after, but it was part of that bundle. And like I said, when these figures are under $10 a piece, in my opinion, that's a pretty decent deal. But yeah, pretty awesome. I might hold on to him. I'm not entirely sure. Like I said, he wasn't one I had my eye out for, but now that he's in my hand and he was less than $5, might as well, right? Next up, I forgot this guy's name. You guys let me know in the comment section. But yeah, he's pretty cool. I like the camo there. He's definitely like a bulky wrestler, but pretty awesome. And yeah, man, I can't, is it Bray, mate? No, not Bray. Anyways, I forget, but still pretty awesome. There's a few in here I don't even know, like altogether. I do know a good bit though. Here, we'll talk about this guy right here. Right here, guys, we have Brock Lesnar, and he looks pretty crazy. Pretty awesome. And I don't know when you're watching this video. I don't know when this video is going to drop, but at the time of filming, I think he has a match coming up, like back into the WWE. So pretty crazy. And right here, I think, I'm not entirely sure, but I think this is Dean Ambrose. He's got that little action feature where he throws them, you know. Well, I can't really do it because I'm doing this one-handed, but you'd bend it back, I guess, as much as you can. And, I think it's supposed to actually go all the way behind his head. There's a way to like kind of keep clicking it back, but I'm not going to do that right now. Dang, his pants are kind of glossy though. You got some glossy jeans on, but yeah, if I'm not mistaken, I think that's Dean Ambrose. Right here, we have Kurt Angle, and there's two of him in here for some reason. So he kind of has that little mechanism where he can kind of pew. So Kurt Angle and another Kurt Angle. So there's definitely doubles of a few different wrestlers in here. One of the doubles that I sold off already was actually another Jeff Hardy figure. So whenever I picked up this bundle, I was thinking, okay, I can definitely sell off the doubles and get some of that money back. And then there's a few figures in here I don't really care for, and I might sell those off as well. So that's kind of the plan, and then keep a few for the collection. That's usually what I like to do. And I think if it works out, we might be able to end up keeping some figures for free after we recoup everything that we spent. I think it's possible. We'll see how it goes in the next month or so, but still pretty awesome. And there are two Iron Sheik figures as well. So he's one I'm definitely going to add to the collection. He's pretty awesome, and I've seen him in different matches. Look at the shoes. Wow. What are those? But yeah, kind of interesting. I don't know why they had two of so many figures. Maybe it was like a dad selling figures that he got for his kids. And, you know, sometimes kids get, you know, the brothers, you know, for example, I want one. Instead of sharing, here you go. You guys get your own. I don't want to hear you guys fighting. So pretty cool there. Maybe that's what happened. I don't even know. Guys, here's another wrestler I'm not too familiar with. You guys let me know if y'all know who this one is. He has a little top hat. This is probably one I'll sell off. You know, I don't know anything about him. And if he kind of looks like just basic like this to me, you know, he's got to be a wrestler I really like in order for me to want to keep him. But since I don't know who this is, I will be putting him over there. His face, though, the more I look at his face, he looks kind of familiar. We'll find out later on, guys. Right here, I think this is AJ Styles. At least it looks like an older version of him. I see the one. Oh, there we go. What does that say? Oh, yeah, phenomenal. Well, you guys can't see it because it's blurry, my bad. So, phenomenal. The phenomenal AJ Styles. I'm pretty sure that's like his gimmick. But, yeah, I recognize the blue, like, gloves that he always wears. I like AJ Styles. I don't necessarily know if I want to keep the vintage, not the vintage, excuse me. I don't know if I necessarily want to keep the retro version of him. Maybe, but not entirely sure. He's definitely like one of the maybes. So like I might keep him, I might not, but still pretty awesome for the price. And then last but not least, guys, we have Sheamus. Now he's another wrestler that I was not really going after, but now that I have him in hand, I don't know. He's kind of cool to me. And I've seen him wrestle a bunch now, at least recently, and like Monday Night Raw, he's been wrestling. Seems like every freaking weekend he's up there, and he's definitely not a bad wrestler. He's been wrestling for years and years. He's definitely put his time in, so I feel like he deserves all the success that he gets. He's just not really one of my favorites, but I kind of put him in that like AJ Styles category. Like, they're all right. I definitely like them more than some of the others. So these are big maybes, and then there's a few in here that are for sure keepers. But, guys, that is it for today. Y'all comment down below. Are you collecting any wrestling figures? Let me know who your favorite wrestler is. And let me know, would you have picked up this bundle? 13 figures. Like I said, we already sold one for 58 bucks. In my opinion, I think that's a pretty good deal, especially when you get these figures around the $5 each mark. So, not going to complain about that. But, yeah, guys, make sure to subscribe if you enjoy the content. Y'all been showing a lot of support lately. But, yeah, that's it. I appreciate all of y'all. We will catch you in the next one. Peace.